And we hope with what we like to believe has been a very strong commitment to the IBO over the years, that we are the ones that people are going to work through. We've made huge commitments. We've invested in personnel. You know, we're at all the IBO conferences. We try to sponsor events there. And, you know, we hope that commitment resonates. And I think most important of all, those that have worked with us, I'd like to believe, like our team, will respect our integrity, and that's the ultimate reason that they choose to work with us. And those that do, you know, we're incredibly appreciative of it. And, you know, one of these, you know, as much as we try to bring to people, you know, I don't ever try and pretend that we get 110% of every single RFP that goes out. You know, so if you do get one and you didn't hear from us, it might be because ours is coming in 5 or 10 minutes, but it also might be because we didn't get it, and it might just be an oversight. But we'd ask that you share it with us and let us know, and let us go track it down and then bring it to you. And hopefully the trust that we've built over the years with so many members, that's, you know, they prefer to work with us, and that we will go find those miscellaneous RFPs that may escape us.
Right, and that made me think of something as we were as you were going
Chris,
through.
I think you're on mute.
Well, thank you very much. A little background music. As we were going through and talking about listening to you, there was a topic that we've talked about a number of different times, a business that appears in the locale that all of a sudden it was a Coca-Cola or it was a brand X or Y or Z that shows up. And an operator, would they see that's going up and God, maybe that's business that, you know, why didn't I get that business? Or is that something that you had access to and that we presented? Because a lot of times some of this stuff is going to come up, especially in the RFO world, where it'll appear and we won't know whether it was a campaign that we could have subjected or not. Does it help for the local operator to call you and Ellen and team and say, hey, what about, I saw this campaign running, what about it?
It does. Yeah, no, it definitely helps. You know, obviously we can't have eyes on the ground all across the country. So, you know, the local eyeballs on the ground are up to them. You know, we welcome you. Give us a call, shoot us an email. I just saw Coca-Cola running X, Y, and Z. I saw Chevrolet running X, Y, and Z. That's helpful to us. Because I think everyone has, you know, we're very aware of it, but we also want everyone to be aware that we're still somewhat in the educational stage for a lot of things. So, although I might get dozens and dozens of RFPs, someone might still forget, I didn't think of them for X market or Y market. And when we shoot an email saying, hey, just heard that, you know, Burger King's on the street, I don't think we received that RFP for that market. Well, and then we can go into, we have X, Y, and Z in that market. We have good coverage, or and there's also times where, just like I have people that work within my company, and I may have knowledge that not every single one of them has. There's plenty of people at the agencies I've known for 20 years, but they might have a 23-year-old who just started and's been there for 2 weeks, and they only know to go RFP Lamar out front and clear channel. They may not have realized yet, or been told yet, or remembered the conversation from a week ago, and Integration Media has this too. So it's in that educational stage to let them know how much the IBO now has, but we're also in that constant stage of always trying to stay in front because people can miss things.
Well, that's also one of the reasons that the automation, if we can get directly connected, then that eliminates that chatter that's out there that invariably happens. But we as a whole team, IBO, IMI, and all the IBO associates that are out there, if we're aware, and that's the purpose of this video, is to kind of bring some of these things to topic. And Terry, I want to thank you so much for this. Do you have any other thoughts on before we wrap up?
We covered a lot. You know, as I always say, it's always been a real enjoyable ride. It's just when I explain to people that I work with the IBO, like it's a lot of, you know, men and women who are just good people. They're enjoyable to work with. The vast majority are just people that are getting up each day and trying to build their business. And that's enjoyable. And, you know, so we've always been very thankful of it. And I think with, what we've been trying to now put together, I mean, we as in IBO and the IMI, from a national perspective, is really growing into something pretty formidable.
Yes, I agree, and I can't thank you enough for your open-mindedness and the team working with Ellen and Veronica and all your team. They're the hardest working individuals that I know. We'll get emails for insertion orders from Ellen at 11:30 at night. It is a regular, and I know they have flexibility, but we function on that same way. So where we can turn stuff around pretty much on a dime, and that turnaround time helps you and helps us all. So realistically, I'm really excited about what we've got built and what we're building and what we're rolling in. There's lots of stuff to come out that we haven't announced yet. That's fun out there. But the purpose of this video again is to just give people a baseline for where we are and where we're building from, and to help people educate. If you have any questions, get a hold of Terry. Get a hold of myself. Start off with calling the IBO headquarters. If you don't have their names, if you haven't talked to Terry or you haven't gotten on the IBO Speedway, you need to get with Becky Smith at becky@ibousa.org, and then start that process going. She'll get you introduced to integration, to set up and get your inventory into our system, so where that you can be receiving some of these RFPs and some of this deal flow that comes through. And again, all this is in the not in the programmatic world. This is in guaranteed placement, which is about 95% of the volume that we put through the balance. 5% of it's programmatic at this point, and 95% of it comes through the efforts of Terry and the other verticals that we've got. So that is important, and it just brings on some exciting times for us. Well, I'm wishing you the best there in New York City, and I'm planning a trip the first week of August to come up. I've laid out trying to get a few appointments up there with some of the heads of state, if you will. And so I'm anxious to come and see you guys there. Anything else? No, look forward to seeing you in August, and we're always available for anybody who's got questions. So other than that, hope you enjoy the weekend. It's been fun talking. Yep, ditto. Cheers. All right, take care, Chris.